Okay, so I got a really good question in one of the live videos I did regarding how do I talk to my significant other about getting them to start exercising. Really good question. I didn't answer it as well as I wanted to because it was live and, my brain doesn't function all the time. So I'm going to make a quick video just getting more in depth on that. So when you're talking about somebody you care about, your significant other or a friend or a family member, this goes for all of the above. You want to think of some reasons why you want them to exercise. So if it's your significant other, oftentimes one of them is attraction. Of course, not the most important thing, but it is important, right? People want to be attracted to their romantic partner. So health reasons, right? Lifestyle. So make sure it's not just you're not just focusing on losing weight or just for attraction. You want to roll in health and lifestyle into this as well. So you want your significant other to be able to do things with you. If it's serious, you want them to be able to grow old with you, have kids with you, be around during all that stuff. So these are all reasons you can bring up when you're talking about this, and it's kind of hard to bring up. So let's talk about how we can start this conversation. So to get started, I guess a good way would be to start modeling the behavior yourself, right? So model behavior. And what I mean by this is if you're not exercising, you can't expect your significant other to exercise for you. So you need to be doing this, setting an example. And if you are doing this, you should be inviting that person like, hey, I'm going to get a gym membership, right? And you should come with me, right? That'd be a good way to start that conversation. Or if you're going to go for a walk, you can say, hey, I'm going to go for a walk. Will you come with me, please, right? We'll talk about how you can get them to agree to that later. So first, you need to make sure it's not just you need to go exercise and lose weight or whatever, because that's not going to go very far. So you need to be doing it and taking care of yourself first. So let's say you have been exercising, you've been inviting your significant other out, but you can't quite seem to get them to go with you, right? That's when you're going to have a more serious conversation. And that's where you got to really, I guess kind of sit down and be like, hey, go back to these reasons. Like, I really care about you. I want to start a family, or, I want you to be healthy for this relationship. And so I think, I would like it if you would exercise with me because I care about your health. Maybe their dad has heart disease and you don't want that to happen to them, right? So you want to come at it a caring way, right? So you want them to be healthy. You maybe want them to be able to do something. So you maybe want them to participate in your lifestyle. Like, hey, it would be nice if you would be able to go on these hikes with me or whatever you're talking about. So think about that. Sometimes the conversation could, if that person's irritated, take a veer, and it could, somebody could say, oh, what, you think I'm fat, right? And if it goes there, you need to, be kind and just say, no, like, I care about you and I want you to be healthy because we're trying to do this life together, right? And so that's kind of how you can approach that. Make sure it's always from a caring perspective, and avoid calling the person fat or unattractive or whatever it is. But so that conversation is hard, but make sure that you're letting them know that you care about them. Think about the health situation. That's probably the best, safest route to go. And you can't demand a whole lot right away. So let's talk about that real quick here. So if you do want them to start exercising, sometimes you need a goal to get going. So let's say maybe you both decide to sign up for a marathon, right? So lots of people do that. Maybe not a marathon. Maybe that's intense. Maybe it's just a 5K. Whatever you think. That's a good way to get people into action. You can say, hey, I think we should sign up for a 5K. That's the way that conversation could go. It could be a backpacking trip. It could be even smaller. It could be like, hey, we should both lose some weight, or maybe don't say lose weight. Maybe we can both get in shape, right? And then if that's the goal, maybe, and the way most people measure getting in shape is losing weight. Check out my video on how to build muscle and get toned. That we'll talk about body composition, which is a much better measurement over losing weight. But you can say that, right? Like, if you don't have those, let's say, we'll just go with the traditional lose 5 pounds, right? Even though it's not the best because you could be building muscle rather than just losing fat. So body composition, again, is just more important. But let's just say that's your goal. And once you hit that goal, you go out for a fancy dinner, right? That's kind of getting down into this reward section down here. But, you want to set some type of goal. It could just be exercising 3 days a week, 3 days per week. Technically, you should be doing it 5 days a week. That's the recommendations. But, you got to start out small. So you want to set some type of goal to get that person up and into it. Then the next idea or the next step would be, what type of exercise are you going to do? And you want to think about this in relation to your partner. Like, what are they interested in? Do they like basketball? Then maybe you should go play basketball with them, or something like that. So think about the type, right? Do you want to do basketball? Do you want to lift with them? Do you want to do cardio? Who knows, right? And that'll depend partly on your goal. On top of this, you could do some other things, like you can make some workouts, which I kind of like this idea. You could say, okay, we're gonna do an at-home workout, right? You both agree on it, and the rule is you both get to pick. Let's say you're gonna do 4 exercises because you're just starting. So, so 4 exercises, and each of you get to pick 2, right? And the time and the amount. So you say, okay, well, I'm picking 10 push-ups, right? And then they are feeling not like exercising, and they know that you hate burpees, so they say, okay, well, we're going to do 20 burpees, right? And then you're going to have to say, all right, we'll do it, right? So if you're the one trying to get your partner, don't be crushing them on this, right? Be kind to them, and then, let them get a little revenge on you if they, it'll increase their enjoyment, I guess. Then you can say, all right, and then we're going to do 2 minutes of abs, like an ab circuit, and then we're going to do some squats or lunges. Let's say lunges. All right, 10 lunges. There you go. Now you both have made a workout, and then you do that 3 times. So 3 by, maybe if it's only 2 by, whatever it is, right? So there you go. Now you can make it kind of fun there. So try to make it fun. Try to not make it terrible. And then my last tip here is to make sure you reward that behavior that you see in your partner that you like. This is the most important part. So if they're having a hard time, getting off the couch, maybe they're playing video games or whatever, then you can say, hey, we, talked about exercising. I think maybe you have a dog and you're like, I'm going to go walk the dog and I'd like you to come with. So let's go for a 10-minute walk. All right. And if you agree to that, I will wash the dishes, however it is, or you'll cook a meal, or you can negotiate whatever you guys decide on. But if your partner does go exercise, make sure you reward that behavior. You can take them out to dinner, right? Take dinner. Do something to make sure you reinforce that behavior that you liked out of your partner. So I think that's pretty good. Those conversations, they're tough, but you need to learn how to have these conversations in your relationship anyways. There's lots of relationships, where both people may get out of shape or one person lets themselves go. And if you're young and you're in a relationship now and you're serious about the relationship, you guys should already be practicing how to negotiate these terms and how to have this conversation, because you're going to have a lot of them in your future. And so it's a good time to get practice having those conversations and to make sure that your partner is staying healthy and able to maintain the lifestyle that you have. So I think that's good. If you have any questions or clarification, make a comment below. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.